the thermal lance, which seems pretty damn logical. Morphing gateways, and yep, all that good stuff. And kind of taking this little highway and just making it back into whatever it needs to be. Yeah. Love Overlords when they have that speed upgrade. Sadly I can never be bothered to buy it, but whatever. Anyway, so going for a lot of expansions here, nice and early, putting some pressure on, getting rid of those annoying little void rays. And the Protoss is destroying these blocks here. And we have an observer, we have 2 observers over here, and an okay army. To be honest, he could just attack, move in right now and do a ton of damage. However, that's what I would do. What a pro would do is very different. For example, he would, let's see, win. Okay, I wouldn't win. I never win. Not at StarCraft at least. Maybe at WoW, not at StarCraft. So, building a couple of Zerglings, those are probably for scouting purposes, or for placing over there, and there, just to irritate people. So getting spore crawlers in case he goes for some of those irritating little void rays again to harass, although I doubt it because he's learnt his lesson, and now that there's swarms of hydras out there, I wouldn't put a lot of money on it. But anyway, it's worth the building. It's not that much. It doesn't cost much, you know. And he's building a spire as well, so possibly getting some Mutalisks to just go harass those supply lines. It's looking a rather empty supply line. After Mutalisks run through it, it will look a hell of a lot emptier. And this little Overlord being chased through the base. And it's going to get horribly obliterated. And anyway, there's some nice Colossus coming out here, which is good because if there's mass Hydra, then mass Colossus is kind of the natural counter, you know? Just like mass Marines to mass Colossus, what happens when you oversize Marine and double its price against mass Colossus? Nothing. Exactly the same. You know, it's just not gonna happen. So, yeah, he probably should get some roaches to absorb that. Oh, and he's got through here, so he's building a nice little nexus. And all that good stuff. These overlords are pooping creep like the blazes. They have seriously eaten something bad. And I feel sorry for these poor little Zerg who run across it. You see, the idea of creep is that it makes you run faster. That's merely because you don't want to get shit on your feet, and therefore you run a hell of a lot faster to get off the creep. And then once you're off the creep, of course, you're out of energy and you're lazy, and that's why they go slower again, thus getting themselves forced to stand on the creep again. And that's never a pleasant thing. So this Phoenix is just going around and doing I have no clue what, but it's kind of hilarious. And I bet it didn't cost him much, because Phoenixes are kind of cheap. Cheap for a Protoss. Yeah. When I say cheap, and I'm talking about Protoss units, take it with a pinch of salt. And pepper preferably. Although I do prefer paprika myself. But it's all a matter of preference. Pinch of turmeric even. Been having curry lately. Yeah. Ooh, getting corruptors, which is not bad if he knows that there are Colossus, which he doesn't, but you can assume that if you're going mass Hydra, then, sorry, I just hit my microphone, but if you can assume that you're going mass Hydra, they're bound to go and spam those Colossus. So, what's better than a couple of corruptors to take them out, you know? I see no problem. And looks like he's going to be building something big, because he's got a lot of lava. I selected them a little while. Oh. Selecting drones. Charge little drones. Do something. Setting up an expansion here, and Overlord's pooping crap everywhere. Crap? Sorry, expletives, don't ban me. No. Creep, even. I missay. So, appears to be just spreading creep everywhere with those Overlords. Seriously have digestive problems. And this is quite a large army, we'll see... In fact, I will check army size at the moment. And... They appear to be equal on the whole economy side of things. 4 Zerglings. Oh my god! No, not really. 26. Hydralisks, so that's quite a bit. A Zealot, 4 Colossus, wow. 14 Stalkers, and a Phoenix, wow. A Sentry, a lot of Roaches, so same amount of Roaches and Hydras, so that's... the At the moment, if the Zerg were to just attack move, I think he would do a lot of damage, but then again, you never know with all this good Protoss micro and all that, which I have absolutely no experience of, because 1, I don't play Protoss, and 2, I don't micro, which is probably a disadvantage. And, GTFO, as they say. I gotta say, this is not the best place for a Zealot to be stuck. And that would be right on the crap of a... oh damn it, I swore. Well, I failed my aim. Right on the crap of an Overlord. I'm just giving up now. Anyway, so he's got his little army there. Probably gonna hold this expansion, just overload it, try and mine it out, and then peg it. Because it's a pretty risky expansion to have, sitting right next to this Zerg one. Maybe should set up something at the moment. Probably be clever. Seems to... actually no, he's doing pretty well. Spamming Colossus as is natural and warping in whatever he is warping in. In fact, I'm going to check the resources at the moment. So in fact, Hawk is ahead. Despite being 1 expansion behind, he's actually ahead, and that's possibly because of that delay with the Void Walkers at the start. Taking out those queens and all that good stuff. We do have two attack upgrades here, which is delicious. Extend the thermal lance upgrade here, which is playing nicely because he's just giving that army a little poke and just seeing what damage he can do. And there's a lot of spine crawlers being built back here to get rid of those pesky little stalkers. And I'm gonna see what's being produced at the moment because I'm interested. And oh, the flyer upgrade, which is... and Broodlords! Oh, beautiful little Broodlords. So, the Broodlords are kind of heavy assault machines. In fact, I think that is... yeah, flying heavy assault unit. Shoots Broodlings. What's more Zerg than throwing another Zerg at you? Anyway. Ground weapons finishing soon. Stalker Blink, which is always nice. Lots of Colossus, a couple of probes. And Templar Archives, which means he's going to get those delicious High Templar. And Photon Cannons over here, because this guy seems to like Photon Cannons, and Photon Cannons are kind of cool. Let's be honest. I mean, they're like mechanical glowy things that like to kill and, you know, float and shoot little bolts of random stuff. So anyway, he's going to find here... oh damn, there are Broodlords. So that was pretty much an ideal time to go for a little bit of a poke. And he's going to have to get right out of there if he does not want to get swarmed, because Colossus cannot attack those Broodlords. And as terrible as that sounds, it's worse, because those Broodlords do a lot of damage, basically, because not only do they do 20 damage on just throwing the Broodling, but they do even more because the Broodling then starts attacking, and if I can actually target a Broodling, then I will tell you how much damage they do. But that doesn't look likely because those Colossus are frying them. Yes. So they do 4 damage every 0.5 second. I'm just going to shorten it. 0.65. Yes, I get the idea. It doesn't matter. So, 2 Colossus coming out here, which isn't bad, seeing as there are Mass Hydra and Roach here. And this expansion is not exactly what I call fully running, but it seems to be doing alright. He's pretty much maxed at the moment. And I don't know about... no, I'm just going to check this. And the Protoss is nearly maxed. So it's pretty much down to upgrades and micro at the moment. Aha! Maxed! Holy crap! So yeah, we're 20 minutes into the game, and they're maxed. And that's pretty damn awesome. I just gotta say. Major respect for these dudes. I'm never going to be as good as this. Well, maybe I can, but I'd have to give up school, give up WoW, give up my life, what little of it I actually have, and this Phoenix is going to get owned. He had to give up his life, but it wasn't for as good a cause as StarCraft. It was for the cause of I want to kill the Overlord, which doesn't matter anyway. And look, there's just these Broodlords moving in, firing off their little Broodlings, just seeing what damage they can do, and those Photon Cannons are just taking them out quite quickly, which is good, very good. They've only got a little bit of health. It's not major. If I can actually click on one, I can tell you, but whatever. They're just getting fried so quick. It's like, ugh. Oh dear. Okay, I'll give up on to it until I see the next big swarm of them. And, oh, using Stalker Blink here to catch that. Can he catch it? Can he do... he's going to need to kill those. Yes, okay. So he's got it. So he seems to have a pretty good composition here against those Broodlords. Has those Colossus to take out the annoying little Broodlings. And he has those Stalkers with their Stalker Blink to catch those flying dudes out of the place. And, annoying little Broodlords. Hate them. But they're quite slow. So, you know, die easy if you catch them out of place. And this photon cannon is doomed because there's going to be like a billion things launched at it. Enough said. But anyway, here we have the Zerg macro going quite crazy, and we have upgrades coming out at a rate of knots, and 3 more Broodlords. So, yes, Huck, you've killed quite a few of those Broodlords, but it doesn't matter because 3 more are coming out. Big exchange. Zerg coming down the ramp, which is not good if you're going up against those Colossus. And definitely not good because you have Roaches going straight against Stalkers, and Hydras going straight against those Colossus. We do have Psystorm coming out, so I can expect High Templar to come out like anytime soon. And those Broodlords are not doing well. Can he take out 2? I bet he can, I bet he can. Yes! I love seeing one of them die, it's just so wonderful. Yeah, they annoy me even as Zerg. But anyway. So we have more Corruptors, more Broodlords, all this. And this is turning out to be one hell of a match. I mean, this is quite entertaining, I have to say. And, oh, just walks those straight in there. And those... This is not a good place to be caught as a Stalker, okay? Yes, it's never a good place to be as a Stalker, is it? But anyway, oh, those Stalkers are all going to horribly die. Except, no, actually I think he'll make it out. But he's using them as a meat shield for those Colossus to do some real damage here. And I'm just going to check now about units lost. And it's about equal now at the moment. But as he's running away, he's losing a couple of units, and he appears to... Huck has appeared to lose a couple of units, while Idra is a bit on top here. And this is looking in the favor of Idra at the moment. I think if he went for a little attack, he could do some damage if he went round the sides or something with his Broodlords while he kept the fort here. But yep, all depends. More Corruptors, which means more Broodlords, and they have the upgrade, which is always nice. In fact, I will look at production, because at the moment it's got the... He's getting that Kairine, the amulet, I'll call it. And he's getting ground level 3, so that's always nice. Getting missile attacks 3, and flyer attacks 2. What am I on about? Also appears to be starting up an expansion, and where would he be doing that? Over here. Excellent. And so probably going to start up an expansion over here.